Hello everyone and welcome back to my playthrough for Digimon World 2003, and having defeated as many of the AOA troopers as I was able to in the previous part, I think I'm probably about halfway through the admin center. I've beaten all the AOA troopers up to here, and now it's pretty much just the second half of the admin center left. AOA troopers, a couple soldiers, and that one very random Digimon. But it's troopers at the moment, and Gardromon didn't put up any resistance, and Tankmon's attack didn't do anything. So we use Gigafire, 2 hits, 2 regular hits. A repeat of that will see this battle over. Yep. Having come this far, I now permanently have access to the inn, so I've got, you know, a permanent ability to rest if necessary. So I really don't need to worry about how much MP I use, not during these battles. It's gonna be a bit of a different scenario against the Game Master, because I do need my MP to last the entire duration of the battle, and with me having Mega Heal, MP effectively equals HP, and is my source to recovering HP. But prior to fighting the Game Master, I will make sure I do all the preparations required, and I will make sure that I would have just saved, so my HP and MP will be at their fullest, and I would have just saved, so it's not like I'm going to be losing tremendous amounts of progress. I think that trooper was optional, and there's an item here which is only going to be sold for simply making it through the admin center. That trooper was not at all necessary, but each battle's getting me just shy of 300 experience, just shy of 600 bits, so I'm sure you can understand my desire to just beat as many of them as possible. So it might be about 15 parts too late to mention, but if my microphone ever picks up like a rumbling sort of noise, which just happened like 20 seconds ago, and if you're wondering what it is, it's trains driving past. Where I live like right next to a railway, and trains are going by all the time, so any rumbling that you hear, it's probably trains driving by. And not only that, but today is a particularly nasty day in that it's raining very heavily outside, and the rain is hitting against my window, and I think my microphone is faintly picking it up. So if you sort of hear random like tapping, which you haven't heard before, then yeah, that's the weather, the rain. I understand it may be a bit of a disruption to my recordings, and it may affect my videos a bit, but obviously these are things beyond my control because I can't help it if trains are driving across a railway, and I can't help it if it's raining, but I'm sure you're not really going to be too bothered about that. My microphone is going to be picking up my voice far more than it's going to be picking up random noises, because my mouth is right next to my microphone, whereas outside is outside. Right, that was another non-mandatory battle, and I think there's an item out here. Or is there? Oh yeah. It's well hidden. It's only a power charge though. MP, well, it's over 1500, so I'm fine for now. And this is the final trooper before we move on to the soldiers. The soldiers aren't tremendously more powerful. I think they just have one extra Digimon. I have a recollection of them having a Guardromon like normal, and then a Tankmon, but then the only difference is they then have another Tankmon. I think that's how it is. Or I might be getting confused. Well, we're going to find out shortly enough. Liking these critical hits. I don't know why some attacks have a much higher critical hit ratio than others, but it's just the way it is, I suppose. And if you're using attacks that have a high critical hit ratio, then, well, you're probably not the one who should be moaning. Well, Guardromon, that's the same. 3 Digimon instead of 2, that's different. Guardromon taken out in 1. And it is a Tankmon to follow. So I've remembered that correctly so far. And I think the amount of experience you get from the soldiers, I think it's it's almost 200 greater, but I think it's a bit less than that, because I think I remember it being a bit below 500. And yeah, it is another Tankmon that we're faced with. So if the critical hits continue, then I can't say I anticipate the soldiers giving me too much trouble. I mean, it's gonna take more attacks, which means more MP. They're going to attack me more, which will bring my HP down by a bit, but other than that, the soldiers aren't really going to pose much more of a threat than the troopers will. And I am feeling confident enough to carry on to the next soldier. And this is a very key battle, because he's guarding the room that takes you to where the Game Master is, which is the most significant battle that you're going to have within the admin center. And not only is he guarding the room, but I think it's immediately after you beat him, a very random Digimon comes out. A Digimon who is a complete stranger to your character. And it's, I think it's an easy battle, because I think he only drains your MP or something. But he's a highly significant Digimon, because he has the ability to become more and more powerful by effectively leeching off of other Digimon, and well, let's just say later into the game he becomes far more significant, and when it happens, the penny drops pretty much straight away, and then you think to yourself, this guy had a serious role to play. Yeah, here he is. He seems like a very dumb creature, but then he announces that he eats Digimon and gets stronger. So despite being a very strange creature and coming across as a very dumb creature, there is lots of potential for him to be a very nasty and very dangerous creature. Oh, he does have an attack as well. Oh wait, maybe that's what drains the MP. 128 damage. Ah right, yeah, I see. Okay, I was not quite remembering the whole story there. He has a regular attack which does damage, and it also drains your MP. So 144 experience, and then no bits. So beating him's not quite as rewarding as beating the AOA, and then the Digimon then goes back into the room. And my MP's gotten pretty low, so I'm going to rest, because there's a soldier ahead of me. I'm not going to be going into the main room yet. I'm going to properly clear up all of the AOA, and there's a soldier ahead of me, which means I'm going to have to use at least 3 Gigafires. There's 270 MP, and that could be worse when you think about attacks being evaded and stuff, and I have to keep myself alive as well, of course, so I'll just rest, which is what I've done. And the next time that I rest, I assume, will be when I've got the Game Master right ahead of me, and in which case I'll be saving as well, of course. And beyond here, I can't remember if it's troopers or soldiers. I know that this is the 3rd soldier in a row, and the soldiers are the ones, you know, nearest the main room. They're the ones guarding it. But when you go beyond this soldier and sort of away from the main room, I have a feeling it might not actually be soldiers. I have a feeling it might be troopers, and that this soldier I'm beating now is the last soldier. But I can't remember entirely, but I'll see for myself soon enough. Where we're heading, it takes us to a prison where a few people are being, you know, held as prisoners, and I can't remember if if going there is mandatory for completing the game, because I know that you speak to them, there's dialogue, and I don't know if speaking to them is mandatory for completing completing this event, because you go into the main room and you have to click onto certain things, which ends up spelling monster, and you have to do that in order for a door to open, which takes you to where the game master is. And I can't remember if you can just go there straight away and do that, or if you have to do something in the prison area first, which maybe then triggers the ability for you to then, spell out monster and then make it into where the game master is. But either way, I would advise ignoring the main room and simply beating as many AOA people as you can, just for the experience. As I do consider so like the difficulty of these battles, I do consider the experience and the money to be pretty generous. I personally wouldn't say that these battles are worthy of the experience that they score you, so make the most of it is what I say. And that may be the last of the AOA. Looks like it. So Teddy's here with a few others. Judging by how that went, I have a feeling speaking to them may well be mandatory, but making it over to them only required defeating one additional AOA soldier and one additional AOA trooper, so it's not like you're going tremendously out of your way. So I'm gonna return to the inn where I can rest, I can save, and then I'll be able to make it through to where the game master is. I am aware that before making it to her, I do have to make it past her guards. They only have one Digimon, and I don't think it's a hugely threatening Digimon. But it's going to be very important that when I end the battle, I end with as much HP as possible, and when winning the battle, I use as little MP as possible, because the battle with the Game Master follows immediately. I do not get the opportunity to rest or to save or do anything like that. I have a feeling the Digimon that the guards have, it might be Maldramon, who is like an electric Digimon and very resistant to fire. Fire isn't going to help me win against him at all. My regular attacks not going to help me much. So, Black War Greymon might not be the ideal Digimon for the fight, but I want to have War Greymon switched on as my starting Digimon, because when I go against the Game Master, I want to be starting with Black War Greymon, and if I switch it to a different Digimon, I'm not going to get a chance to switch it back before fighting the Game Master. So, which letter is this? S. Don't want to be starting with S. Don't want to be starting with N either. M, that's what I'm after. This must be O. It is. S. And now I need T. Is this T? No, it's not. So it must be this one. Yes. So this has to be E, of course. And then back to R. So there's the Game Master, and there's that strange Digimon who we defeated. And as soon as we defeated him, he obviously went back through the door that he came out of. We've managed to follow him into the area, but we've had the guards put on us, and it is Maldramon. Well, Black Dart, I don't know how that will serve us. Cold Slash, I don't know how that will serve us. I don't want to use up too much MP, so let's just see how effective Cold Slash is. Not very effective. Although his attack's not particularly great either. Black Dart's about twice the amount of MP, but I do need to try something better than Cold Slash. That is definitely better than Cold Slash. It's a shame about the MP consumption. But then I suppose if I wasn't using MP to you know, win this battle more easily, then Maldramon would be getting far more attacks, he'd be attacking me a lot more, my HP would be getting a lot lower, and I would need to be spending MP healing, so it's kind of a lose-lose situation really, but that's him defeated. Black Dart served me, Black Thorn, whatever it was, served me pretty well, and should I lose to the Game Master and have to do this again, then that's pretty much the technique that I would be using if I have to, you know, repeat myself. Although that would only happen if I lose to the Game Master. Well, she has 3 Digimon, but there's only 1 Digimon she has who I would consider to be threatening, although threatening is a bit of an understatement. It's a nasty, nasty Digimon to fight against. But consolation is that all 3 of her Digimon are vulnerable to fire, so I'm sure you can understand why I was eager to, you know, begin the battle with Black War Greymon and, you know, use him to try and win me these fights. But I have to monitor my HP because the Game Master's final Digimon has a really annoying attack that makes you Digivolve, which will, you know, turn me back into Kotemon. And I don't think Kotemon can use the loaded techniques such as Mega Hill. If that is the case, then oh, there it is already, How to Scouter. If that is the case, then being turned back into Kotemon could be very dangerous. Okay, it has happened. Yeah, all Kotemon can do is Hothead. So for as long as I'm Kotemon, I don't have the ability to heal my HP. So if she's going to be doing How to Scouter and turning me back into Kotemon, I'm not going to be able to heal. And there goes How to Scouter again. I can guarantee that she is faster than I am, so she's going to be attacking as well as turning me back into Kotemon. There we go. My HP is gonna be in a sorry state. 4 attacks isn't far off 1,000 HP. Well, the highest I can get my speed is only 288. And at the moment I haven't even been able to get a single attack with Black War Greymon. Well, it won't do as much damage on Black War Greymon, and it was only 3 hits as well, but I need the next turn to be mine. Or for that to happen. That's probably the least threatening attack. Now I know it drains MP, but at the moment I can barely keep myself alive. And there's How to Scouter again. Oh, it didn't work. And well, she gets another turn, but she's only attacking. I can probably live with that. How to Scouter is the biggest problem. But now I can get a Giga Fire on her. 3 hits. And well, that's probably a critical hit. And I'd say that's almost half of her HP. Regular attack, I'll live with that. 3 hits out of 4 is pretty good going from my perspective. Given How to Scout, given the speed advantage that she has, I think blocking 25% of attacks is very good going. But now I'm Kotemon again. If all of my turns are going to be spent digivolving into Black War Greymon, then I'm going to get slaughtered, because it's like How to Scouter, attack, How to Scouter, attack, and all I'm doing is Digivolve, Digivolve, Digivolve. I don't mind this, but she's probably gonna, the next turn's probably gonna be hers as well. Or not. we're there. Okay. Well, saying about critical hits, I'd say that's the critical hit. Maybe she's just ultra vulnerable to fire. I don't know, but the main thing is the battle is done, and I best be ending the part there. So thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you in the next part where we can sort out the Game Master now that all of the Digimon are down.